you guys know she's a Hollywood legend recognized for her immense talent and fearless approach to speaking her mind. In her new book, she looks back at her remarkable life and ahead to mysteries of the future. The lights of Broadway led to Shirley MacLaine's long and accomplished career in Hollywood, beginning with the hit films The Trouble with Harry and Around the World in 80 Days.
Why must you be so British?
Her successes led to several Academy Award nominations, and in the late 60s, she changed her tune again when her good friend Bob Fosse directed her in Sweet Charity, producing her trademark song, If My Friends Could See Me Now.
What a build-up, holy cow! They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now.
After 20 years of making movies, she finally took home the Oscar in 1984 for Best Actress in Terms of Endearment.
Thank you very much.
MacLaine is actor Warren Beatty's older sister, and for years she's been as well known for her faith in reincarnation and other unorthodox beliefs as she is for her performances. She's also a best-selling author who's written a new book, Saging While Aging. And we are so thrilled to have Shirley MacLaine with us this morning. Shirley, thanks so much for being here. Okay, now let me ask you this, because a lot of people are sitting at home and you've gained a lot of knowledge. I mean, through your book you talk about just tidbits you've learned. What do you know now that you didn't know in your 50s or your 60s, do you think?
I've learned to relax. I've learned to, surrender to the serenity that's there if you give it a shot.
What does that mean?
It means surrender to your kind of inner power and all that stuff that The Secret talks about and everything. But I've also learned to really pay attention to the things that may seem unreal and invisible, but they're there. Angels, guides, basically extraterrestrials, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an area that is a lot of, very controversial. A lot of people, choose not to believe.
But why would someone choose not to believe something they're not sure is true or not? Why?
Well, we have a saying on the show, we all say it often, it's like, there are no accidents. I mean, it's the kind of thing where you say, God, I wish my friend would call, and then your phone rings, or, oh, I wish I had $5, and you have it. You talk about that in your book, too.
That chapter on synchronicity is kind of important, because we can use it in our lives. The Etruscans did a large study. They had a library during the Etruscan society and civilization on synchronicity, because they proved that there's a web of connection between us all. And basically we're saying that crystal dots were at the apex of each one of these webs, and that if you're just more aware of the synchronicity in your life, and the best way to be aware is to make a journal of it. Someone calls because you've thought of them. I'm going through a thing where I don't have enough time to learn all I want to learn, don't know what library to go to, turn on television. It's on the Discovery Channel.
That happens all. You know what I love? There's this line in your book, so much of it is great, but this one says, when I was younger, I innocently trusted nearly everyone and everything. I think I still do. I'm proud that I haven't become jaded or cynical. Instead, I've become a more sophisticated questioner. I love that passage, because I think so many people just always explain things away, but you've kept that questioning up.
Love it. I love it.
So why does this happen? Why? I mean, you're always asking these questions, right?
Yeah, because I think life is a whole learning experience. You never stop. When you get older, you ask different questions than you did when you were younger.
So death, the prospect, that doesn't scare you? What happens in the afterlife?
Oh, that doesn't scare me at all. How I would go is a little, not traumatizing, but I think about it. Don't want to go in a painful way. But obviously, I'd be kind of looking forward to what's on the other side and see if I'm right or not.
And what's interesting, I think a lot of people, will you come back and report to us in some way? What is interesting is Vanity Fair did a question and answer interview with you, and they asked you your greatest fear, and you say the violence of enlightenment. What do you mean by that?
Isn't that a complicated sentence?
What does that mean?
Well, the more you learn about the sensibility of being enlightened, the more it contradicts the more mechanistic and scientific things that you've learned in school. That's a violent thing when suddenly...
It's like a clashing of everything
your education. In other words, we were all real smart till we went to school.
Let me ask you about this other thing you said in Vanity Fair, which kind of stuck out to me. What do you consider the most overrated virtue? You said...
Monogamy.
Monogamy. Why?
It screws up too many people to
Really?
think that monogamy is terrible.
Who's the love of your life, Shirley?
Right now, my dog.
Yeah.
My Terry.
Let me ask you this. If you were to meet let's pretend, Mr. Perfect, would you consider getting married at this point?
Definitely. He would have to get out of a craft, and he would have to come probably from the Pleiades. I don't want to mess with the Orions, or the Andromedans, or the Betelgeuse. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
We're going to let you explain that because we're going to have more words of wisdom with Shirley MacLaine.
I'll bring him. I don't know that I can tell you.
Shirley MacLaine, more with her coming up right after break. Stay with us.
And we're back with Shirley MacLaine. Shirley, I asked you in the break how old, if you would mind if I asked you how old you are.
Talk about everything else.
So how old are you?
I'm 73.
Okay, I know a lot of folks are at home looking at you saying, she looks terrific, she looks so healthy. What are you doing that people at home can maybe take a page from?
One thing I haven't done is either recreational drugs or, I mean, I got drunk one night and fell into my plate. That I'd like to forget. But I also don't like prescription drugs. So I have a whole bunch in my book about that.
But you do believe in homeopathic and sort of the more holistic
homeopathic,
approach.
naturopathic, and let's pay attention more to diet, really. I have a problem with sugar, I admit it.
Yeah.
But I try to, limit it. The other thing that I write about is the importance of the teeth.
Can I see yours?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
You see the ones that are left.
So why are your teeth so important to your health, your body health?
Each tooth in the head is directly associated with an acupuncture meridian point that goes to an inner organ. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
I suffer from hiatal hernia, acid reflux. Had a tooth that was giving me a problem, removed. It happened to be on the acupuncture meridian point to the digestive system. The acid reflux cleared up.
Okay.
Do you do a lot of acupuncture as
Yes,
well?
oh yes. It's amazing. Now, let me tell you something.
Okay.
The Emperor Wang Ti, sometime in the 3rd century, welcomed some star visitors. He learned from them, he taught them about human attributes and behavior. They left him as a gift the acupuncture meridian maps of the human body. So see how it all ties in together.
You're older than your brother, Warren, right? By how many?
I like to tell him that as often as I can.
by how many years?
and
Just a couple?
Three.
3 years old. Now, as people in Hollywood age, it seems like it's more difficult for them than it may be for the rest of us. Who do you think has more difficulty with aging? Do you think it's you or your brother?
I'm not sure it's, women.
Women.
Sure,
Yeah.
because the creases of the Gene Hackmans of the world, they really pay for.
Right.
But the younger women are also so pressurized to be thin, to be beautiful. I mean, they're getting stuff done much earlier than we used to. It's not, I don't think it's good for them. Anyway.
What about the youth in Hollywood? Speaking of younger women and the pressures, I mean, a movie that you're still making, Poor Things, an independent film. You know, Lindsay Lohan was supposed to be in it. It was supposed to start shooting in the summer, and then she ended up in rehab. Do you feel that there is a different kind of Hollywood for young people?
Yeah, it's too much tabloid invasion of privacy, those poor kids. That wasn't true in my day. I mean, I did some pretty interesting things, too, but they never knew. You can live your life, learn who you are, have your...
make your mistakes and move on.
Now they have to make them in public.
When you look back at your life, Shirley, do you have any regrets? Do you think, I wish I would have, could have, should have?
Maybe should have gotten into the metaphysical, spiritual a little earlier. Wish I had been taught it in school. Really.
Can I? We got to see your rings because you're wearing these funky rings. I don't know if you guys can see them, but
they're beautiful.
They don't go all the way down.
No, I designed these.
You designed these,
and I call them sky rings. Do you think I should sell them or something?
Can people get them or no?
I don't know where. They have to call my website, ShirleyMacLaine.com. I'll tell them what to do.
There's always a plug.
Shirley, thank you so much. Your book again is Saging While Aging. You've been such a pleasure to have on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
Good aging.
Good aging.
I like it.
We
all right.
love it.
And